YouTube, what's up? I'm back again, King Hart. I come to let y'all know something, talk to you again, the black community, again, politics, again. We are in serious damn trouble if we don't do politics and realize what the hell going on with us. I am so sorry to tell you and inform you that President Obama was a joke. He didn't have to be a joke, but he was a joke to black people. I voted for him twice. The President Obama played into the weakness of the black community. Now, if you notice, politicians always say stuff like when you look at news reports, you hear the politicians back in the time of Obama's presidency. You hear people saying stuff like, Obama said this about the racist shooting. Obama said this, Obama said that. And it seems like when they say Obama said something, that's a surprise to us that he said this. That is how they refer to us. This person said this person said that. They recognize you because they said something. That is not true recognition in the political arena where you pay taxes. A true recognition is when you give people damn policy and protection and damn money according to their taxes. That's why people get lawsuits. True recognition is to give them some substance of rapport, some substance of protection, a substance, some actual that's effective and physical affecting them, that can protect them. Something that's written in a book, not something you said. Black people we need to stop going for what people said. We need to go against the grain on that. Yeah, we've normalized that. Somebody said, somebody acknowledged. That's not true support. That's not true recognition. We need to know true recognition in the eyes of policy and politics, in the eyes of political exchanging in the political arena. That's not true recognition. You don't get policy. Now, if you notice, other people get policy when they're being recognized. Yeah, that part. The immigrants, they got policy. They got true recognition. They got folks out in the street standing against ICE. We don't know who we are. We think that George Floyd conviction, Derek Chauvin's conviction, was a win for our community. That was a win in that case. According to what happened to George Floyd, happens to black people all the time. And it's been happening to black people, even worse than the Floyd case. The same day that Derek Chauvin was being convicted, a black girl got shot when the police could have diffused the matter a different way because she was using a knife to basically protect herself, because I looked it up, from a small mob, an angry group of other girls that was way older than her coming to her home to attack her. He didn't even find out what was going on and just went pow, 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 pow. The same hour Derek Chauvin was being convicted. And then right before that, other guy got shot when he had his white mother and a black dad out in the same city, George Floyd. The same city. Then later on, Andrew Brown, Elizabeth, Carolina. I mean, we can go on and on. It's more. Now we got somebody locked up who shot a police. He's facing first-degree murder, oath of Wallace, in Florida. We don't know if he protected himself. We know he protected himself or not. We know he was in the fear of being harmed and shot and killed by police the way the police harassed him. Now, a lot of white people, a lot of racist people are people that have idea or ideology will come here and disagree with this in form of full fashion and say that I'm being a bigot, I'm all for death, I'm a liar, I don't know what I'm talking about. I done did assessment after assessment. The proof is in the pudding, it's all in your face. Y'all talking the same thing, but we're not acting like we want something truly done about it. We're talking, which is good that we're supposed to communicate. We're supposed to have a movement of intelligence. We're supposed to have a movement of dignity, of prestige, which takes exchanging of communicating and building and thought leader. You know what I'm saying? Thought leader and brainstorming and understanding and real effective progressiveness when it comes down to something. But we are not understanding that we are not people who practice self-preservation, the first rule of law. Something the United States require as a group. You are required to practice self-preservation. You are required to do that. In order to live, you're required to breathe. In order to live, you're required to eat. You're required to stay out of harm's way. You are required as a group to practice self-preservation. We're not doing that. We got scholars on media saying that they work for the Asian community that are black people. The guy that do the bullpen, yeah, I like him. But he's such a Democrat, it's harmed some of his ideology. He's a professor. But he's got a network program supporting anti-Asian hate. And he had an Asian on his show, the guy that do the bullpen. Yeah, he talking about that. The Asian man was on his show the other day. And this Asian guy was looking at him like he was a dog. Now, why are you supporting a community that mirror you as a peasant? That's very benevolent of you, brother. That's very benevolent of you. However, it's not an order in terms of policy, in terms of groups. We are out of order. They know who we are. They know you practicing a thing that was required for you as a black person. And as a slave, we were required to protect other people with our lives. And that's what we done to make wealth. That's what we done to protect every nation. That's what we done. Please like and share this video. Like and share, hit the like button, share your comments and my thought. I want to get in the YouTube algorithms because I want my message to spread abroad. I want my message to get out there. I want people to come to my channel, subscribe. I want to learn and I want to teach. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my calling also. We got people fighting for us, and we still don't have an answer. We ain't got time for be building no network for no other group. I'm not trying to be rude. I wish we could do that. But that's not the way it goes. That's not how it's set up as policy and politics. Yeah, we are the birth of America. We are the pain of America. We are the bones and the flesh and the blood of America that made this country sprout real muscle. The Negro, black people. However, and we are the face of moral government in terms of politics. We don't benefit from that. Other people do. We only benefited a certain amount from that and a certain percentage of that to keep our for them to actually fool us and infiltrate us in terms of real growth and real power. To infiltrate our ideology and our intellect has been colonized. Our intellect and our passion of life and our success and our due diligence. So they gave us a little bit, but they gave everybody else what is really worth, what real freedom is: policy, money, protection. They gave the Asians that. They gave the immigrants that. They got out and they fought against police. I mean, to the point where ICE hardly even exists now. ICE can't come in this country and get them people right now. The government will go crazy. You're messing with white folks' money. You're messing with power money. You're messing with the infiltration of government. You're messing with their idea. You're messing with the fact that they want New World Order. They're trying to get groups here to change what America is in the face of black people who never really experienced America in its safety in top tier exchanges. That's what they're doing. And they're giving it to other people while you're putting up groups for them. Asians already got protection from the president in his first 100 days. Immigrants did too, but not black folks. So why are y'all building projects, even especially you politicians I'm talking to, for other groups? You're not practicing self-preservation. In the eyes of the public, you are a damn fool. Well, we suffering in our communities, and you think it's really cool what you're doing. And they don't respect you because they know that's what you're going to do. You are still a slave. You have not totally, but yeah, economically, socially. You know what I mean? You're socially, economically, industrially in slavery because you don't have what it takes to be out of it in terms of how the country was built and how the country was formed and how the country is what sector the country's been put in terms of laws and legislative orders. You do not have the keys out of slavery until you get the check cut. And then you have to have laws mandated and implemented for you in terms of protecting you as a people. We can't even get an anti-lynching bill. What the hell y'all talking about? Building projects for other groups. Black people standing up for illegal immigration. That ain't none of your fight. These people got a country. And I'm not hating them. But you ain't got black folks, descendants of slaves, you ain't got nothing to be giving nobody, no way. They ain't gave you nothing. Yeah, we out here working and our black women are mostly educating the black men in jail. The reason why our black men are being put in jail is because men are leaders in the community. Wake up, folk. They made us hate our own black men. Not just the women hate black men, but black men hate black men. When I go downtown in big cities and areas, I don't like seeing black men on the corner begging. I get mad at them sometimes. I'll be like, he can get a job. See, they're begging me. Then sometimes I look at them and say, okay, this person's down their luck. But I realize this came from the war on drugs. And black men mirroring children ideology, children mindset, not growing up being men, being taken away from them. Because in the 50s and 60s, black men were men. And they were fighting for freedom. And they were men. Dr. King's, Malcolm X's, men in suits fighting for our justice. That got camped, that got colonized, that got infiltrated through power source because they don't want you to truly come out of slavery. So they said, well, in order to really get them, we'll just destroy their community and make them die off and kill each other and be afraid of each other. So our young men out here fighting and killing each other in Chicago. And of course, the Latinos are doing it too. But they called them black and brown. But when they get jobs, they call them white Latinos. It depends on what they're doing and which sector they're doing it in, whether what title they're going to put on them. This is the conversation we should be having. Arabs buying our stores, Arabs, all these people coming from other countries, East Indians, getting business and capital on the corner of what we should be safe, having that kind of safety for our own families. It takes money and policy and protection and capital to be truly safe here. Because people can monopoly over you and use you and starve you to death and have you fighting each other. When you are in province, you are adjacent to crime. That's why we need them to cut the check. That's why we're supposed to get what we owed, our inheritance from our sufferings. We are the blood legacy of America's original sin. We live it, we eat it, we breathe it, we feel it, we walking in it. It meeting us at our front door, at our jobs, at our to and fro are going. That's what's going on because we don't have truly comfortability of accessing things without that protection and policy, without our inheritance, without us being a special people with folks striding over us. The fact that we are descendants of slaves, people who came from slaves. We came out the belly of a slave. We drank the breast milk of a feared slave. But that don't mean that we're not a beautiful, strong people. We're not using our intellect, and we need to wake this sleeping giant up. Literally. That's who we are. Black folks run around trying to change their identity. Why would you want to change their identity that puts you in litigation with this country? You are the American Negro. Be in litigation with this country and its government who harmed you, and now you have to mirror and mimic the stories of what suffered before you, how you got here. Looking at plantations all over the place, while everybody else in business, buying businesses and throttling over you as a black person. And you building in their community because you are a black politician who not practicing self-preservation. You're taking up for immigration, standing for them. When Donald Trump was getting rid of them, that wasn't your fight. These people were coming here illegally to benefit because white capital and white liberals said they could. Because they don't put up a fight when they get hired. They shouldn't. I wouldn't put up a fight either. Coming to the most powerful, richest country, one of the richest countries in the world, for a beautiful apartment and beautiful communities in red areas. With my children and 5 children with vouchers to pay for a house or a home that's $22,000 a month. Through programs that taxpayers, the tax money come from descendants of slaves who have not been um, aided one bit by government. But you get checks cut for you, food stamps coming to you, and your 5 children, your Guatemalan kids, your Mexican kids. And then you turn around and own construction sites. Some of you got gas stations. That's real money. And then you got stores putting up black people, wake up. They even doing it in places in Mississippi now. Wake up, black people. We got stores, they putting stores up and everything. All these people coming from over there in East Indian country running these stores, and they got restaurants, they buffered. They live out in the white community. They got their own community. Fireplaces shooting on every side of their house, looking at you, laughing and sniggling and saying stuff under their breath. And you support their businesses and you support their policy. As you suffer as a descendant of slavery, even some black people come to this country who do not identify with descendants of slaves. They identify with being immigration, Spanish-speaking, French-speaking black people. They do that. Y'all don't realize who we are. We are the slaves in the battery of this country. They want us to continue to be that in a new kind of form of slavery. We ain't got time to be protecting nobody else. We need to be trying to get our kids right, our young men right. And then some of the rappers even talking about this stuff. But we built this culture. We made it normal before us. And this is harming us. We don't have real protection and real community. Like black folks can't even getting their houses torn down, living in hotels, working 2 jobs. Black people not astute, taking care of the hotels, taking care of the room, letting the children run wild, some of them. And then some of us get looked at like the wrong black people that is they really have captured, they really have gotten a hold to. They've gotten a lot of us all, but some of them are worse. Some of us are worse than others, where we just don't care and don't know to care. Well, this is where it stops. We're talking. We got to get things involved. We all should be having a loud outcry about our policy and about them doing black people wrong, locking them up in jail, locking the men up in jail, all for drugs and stuff, turning people against black men. So black men, a lot of time a black man on corner looks scary as hell. I be scared of him, leery of him. I'm like, dang, he look rough. Asking for stuff all in the middle of the street. Hey, bro, you got this? You got that? Like we in the Matrix or something. Then we say he can get a job. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could get a job. Supposed to have some type of decency. What if drugs won't allow that? So he needs to be, what they call it when you go to rehab, reformed. Or what if mental health is a problem? So we're not going to look at the policy when they closed all the hospitals down. So the prison population will be more exchangeable because these people now commit crimes. I've seen it. Black people now, some of us are mental and not getting the proper help. And we out here acting like we free moral agents about everything and incompetent as hell. Because we don't have no protection, where now these black people have a problem. They need to go inside here and be reformed. And we need the money in their community and the care in their community. And we need to hire social workers as black people and get a system going that black people can work and throttle with. Like becoming social workers so they can protect the people. Jews became lawyers. Mexicans became construction workers. We built the country. We built the culture. And this is what's happening in our face. We are prisoners of war. Cut the check. It's time to cut the check and get us strata. We deserve our inheritance as black people. Come back and join me. Subscribe. I'm going to come to you because I want to spread some light on this subject even more. I'm going to come back. Thank you for joining me. This is King Hart.